Hello, welcome to e-learning. I am Navdeep, working as PGTIP in Cambridge International School, Dasuwa. Students, as we have gone through the test today, so we will discuss all the questions that you faced in the exam. So this is just for the better clarity that how you have attempted and what is your attempt is, and how is that answer explanation is correct. So just for your satisfaction, and also how to understand and how to attempt a MCQ as well as the subjective exam. So this is exercise by the school, so that students can have a better understanding of how they have attempted their exam and what should be their appropriate way of answering the questions. So without wasting further time, we move to the today's topic. So students, now we are going to focus on the exam that you have gone through. So it consists of 40 MCQ questions as well as 6 subjective questions. So now we move to the questions part. So coming to the questions part, students, this is the first question where you have to uh, based on this code you have to give the output. So whether this will be first option, second, third or fourth options. So for better clarity, we will move to the Jupyter notebook, and we will run the code and we will check the output. Now students, will run the code, so that will give you the how the basically code works. Names font print, so variable, and the starting value is 2, closing value is missing, and the increment and decrement value is -1. So students, so this is the concept where the concept of slicing has been used. This is the variable that contains James Bond. This is the string that we have, and in print, when we are printing this variable, this is the starting value, clear, and this second parameter is missing. So it means it will go up to the no, the closing value is not given here. That is where the string will end. So means it will go towards the end, and this is the value is will be decremented by 1. So you can say the J is having the index value 0, A is having the index value 1, and M is having the index value 2. Clear? And this will start from 2, and this will decrement by -1. So you see here, this -1 is the decrement part. So first value is this M, the second value after decrementing 1 is this A, and the third value is this J. So the output will be small m, A, and then capital J. So this is how the output will look like. So this is the concept of slicing that has been used here, how to slice a string. Now moving to this question part. So here you can say, student, this third option is the right answer here. MAJ, the third option is the right answer. Clear? So this is the first question that we have gone through. Next we will focus on the question number 2. So question number 2 is special meaning words of Python's fixed for specific functionality are called. So identifiers are basically the names given to the variables, functions, and so on. Functions, you know that functions are basically used to perform some specific task. We have user defined function and we have built-in functions. Then we have keywords, their meaning is already defined, they are also known as the reserved words, and last is the literal. So special meaning for words of Python's fixed for specific functionality is the keywords, or they are also known as the reservoir. Clear? So this is basically a theoretical question. So the here answer is this third option. It is the answer. Now this is a very third is a very interesting question. So a string is immutable in Python. So we have to say that whether the string is immutable in Python or not. So this question we have to answer, and there is one statement is also there that we have to consider is, what is this statement is, every time when we modify the string, Python always create a new string and assign the new string to that variable. तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है हमारे पास, एवरी टाइम व्हेन वी मॉडिफाई स्ट्रिंग, जब भी हम किसी स्ट्रिंग को मॉडिफाई करते हैं, सो उस केस में क्या होता है, पाइथन ऑलवेज क्रिएट्स ए न्यू स्ट्रिंग. वो क्या करती है, एक नया स्ट्रिंग जो है वो क्रिएट कर देती है. मीन इट एलोकेट्स द स्पेस टू दी दिस न्यूली क्रिएटेड स्ट्रिंग and assign the new string to that very variable. So this happens because of the strings are immutable. Clear? तो इसका आंसर क्या है, yes, the strings are immutable. तो ये इसके सपोर्ट में आंसर हो जाता है. एवरी टाइम जब भी हम किसी स्ट्रिंग की वैल्यू को मॉडिफाई करते हैं, तो पाइथन क्या करता है, पाइथन ऑलवेज क्रिएट्स ए न्यू स्ट्रिंग. तो वो क्या कर देता है, एक नई मेमोरी एलोकेट कर देता है उस स्ट्रिंग को, and assign the new string to that very variable, and then it assign a new string to उस variable को एक नया वो string जो है वो assign कर देता है. So this, the answer to this question is true, because we say that the strings are immutable, means we cannot basically change the value of a string. That is what we meant by the term mutable values and immutable values. So now moving to the third question. So in the third question, in the order to store the values in terms of keys and value, we use what core data type? So everyone is aware that this key and value terms, they are basically used in dictionary. Clear? So the answer is straightforward. In order to store the values which contains the keys and values, the code data type that is used is the dictionary. Then we have we move to the question number 5. So question number 5 is again a practical sort of a question and quite easy, related to list. List 1 is this, and we have to find out list -1. So you can answer it straightforward also, but I prefer that we answer the question with the help of running it on the Jupyter notebook. So moving to the Jupyter notebook, list 1 contains the elements 233, 222, then 14, and then 25. And you see here list 1, and this -1, that it starts from the backward side. Just run this. So I know most of you know the output. This is 25, because -1, it starts traversing the list elements from the right side, that is this 25. So now you can easily see the output and can judge the answer. So here answer is 25, that is the third option. Now moving to the next question is question number 6. Which one is not legal variable? So the definition of a legal variable is that should not contain whatever the rules are led for naming a variable. Means it can have a underscore, it's fine. It can start with the capital letter, it's fine. It can start with underscore, also fine. Underscore is a special character which is allowed for naming the variable. But you see in the fourth case, we have not used the underscore, we have used hyphen. So this hyphen is not allowed. So the D option is not the legal variable here. So answer is this fourth part. So now we move to the question number 7. So students, you can see here variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and variable 3 is specifically, you can see this is string type variable, and variable 1 and variable 2, these are numeric type variables, and we have just tried to print all these values. So question is that whether this is allowed or not, because 1, 2 is of integer type and 3 is of string type. So again, for for giving the best answer, so I will demonstrate the use in the Jupyter notebook. So I have written the code and just click on the run button. So this star means it is running. So students, you see here which program we have run. This program we have run, and the answer is type error. What is this error? Is unspotted operands types for plus, because they are integer. Clear? We have added the plus operation on the integers and string. तो इसका मीनिंग क्या है कि integer और string ये basically these are different data types. So that's why इस string के ऊपर हम ये plus operation जो है that we cannot apply. This is unspotted operand types. That is the plus. This is a operator and operands are integer. जैसे ये पहला जो operand है वो integer है, दूसरा भी integer है, but third जो है that is of this is 3 is string type. So that's why this is unspotted and this will give you the error. So no, here from here we get the option D option is, that is the error will be there. Operators between numbers and strings are not spotted. Next one more applied question is that we have to give the output of this one. So you first have to look upon all the options. Option 1, option 2, option 3 is executed with errors, and the option number 4. So for the best explanation, we again move to the Jupyter notebook. So here we have written the code in the Jupyter notebook, and you see students what is there. Here is a for loop. So this is the control variable in keyword range, and in range we have specified the values, starting value, closing value, and increment value, and then print x. But we have to closely look upon the this range function. Range function basically supports the integer values, and here we have used the fractional values. So just run this one, and you see float object cannot be interpreted as integer. Why? Because the range function basically here range function supports only the integer values. So this will run with errors. So here we see the third option is the answer for this one. Moving next. So again a very simple question is there. List 1 is this, the values. What is the list 1 into 2? Clear? So what the answer you will get here? I know most of you will have answered it correctly. So I have written the list 1 values, list 2 into 2. So you see the output, the list will be repeated 2 times. First time 132 and again 132. Clear? So this is how, if you make it 3, so you can run it and you see the list 1 is repeated 3 times. So from here we can easily judge the answer. So here 132 will be represented 2 times, and this third is this option is the right answer. Moving to the 10th question. So again a very interesting question is given in front of you. So we have names. These are the 3 names of students. If Amir in name, so this is the membership operator in this, where names 1 is a list. Clear? And here Amir is there in this list. Here intentionally this Amir is in small cap and here Amir is in capital letter. Clear? So you see here this will not match with this one, and definitely this Amir will not match with the rest of the 2 ones also. So if Amir in this list, so this is not here. So automatically the control will go to the else part, and in else part we have print 2, and that 2 will be the output of this one. This is just simple if else statement. And because Python is case sensitive, so this Amir and this Amir will not match. Here this in is a basically a membership operator that we have used. So moving to the next question number 11. So see students, again we have to give the output of the following code. So string is containing hello, and no, this string is having no starting value, so it will start from the very first index value, and it will go up to 2. But you know that every time in the list this upper limit is not included, so it will have only 0th and first index value from this string. So h is having the 0 index value, e is having the 1 index value, and L is having the 2, but 2 is excluded. So simply this will have answer he. So he is explained in the very first option here. So you can easily judge from here that that the output of this code will be he. It will be. Now students, we move to the question number 12. So see, in the question number 12 we have list 1 and list 2, they are given here, and we have applied the concatenation operation list 1 plus list 2. This is basically for the concatenation operation on list, and here on both of them we have applied the length function. So length function just give the length of the whatever the object it contains. So here in this case combine the list this and this, and print will just print the length of list 1 combined with list 2, that is the with the help of this concatenation operation. So the best part, we move to the Jupyter notebook. So coming to the Jupyter notebook, list 1 contains the elements 1, 2, 3 and 4, and students, list 2 contains 5, 6, 7 and 8, and just print the length of list 1 concatenate with list 2, and you see the length is 8 because this list concatenated with this list will have a single list here, and the length will become 4 objects here, 4 objects here. The length will be 8 objects, so it will give you the 8 as the output, and 8 is there as the last, this D option is there. So this is how you will solve the question number 12. I hope that most of you have answered it correctly. The next is again we have to give the output of the following code. Very simple. This is a matrix. No, this is this contains rows and columns. So basically this is a two-dimensional matrix. Clear? This is the first row, this is second row, third row, and this is the fourth row. And student, here we have made use of the for loop. Clear? Simply, and we have printed here the elements of the matrix. Now we need to study how this matrix will span out. So the best part is we move to the Jupyter notebook for better clarity of the answer. So coming back to the Jupyter notebook, first we enter the matrix. So this is a two-dimensional matrix. First we enter the first row, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a separator comma, and we move to the second row. This is 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then we move to the third row. This is 8, 9, 10 and 11. We move to the fourth row, that is 12, 13, 14 and 15. this is the 4 rows of the matrix. Then the for loop for I in range 0 to 4, and then print the matrix where row value is changing with I and the column value is fixed with 1. So this is very important part of the question. And then end is equal to, this is just to have space between two elements, two consecutive elements. So students, first have a look. This is the matrix we have: first row, second row, third row, fourth row. This element position is 0 0, this element position is 0 1, this is element position is 0 2, and this element position is 0 3. So like similarly here, this is first row and 0th column, this is first row and first column, first row and second column, first row and third column, and so on. So here when we this loop starts from 0 and it will go up to 3 only. Clear? The upper bound value is excluded. So here in the matrix, the first time the value of I will be 0. So this is 0th row and this column position is 1. So this is the 0th row and this element is, second element is having this is the index for column value, because first column value is 0 0, row 0, column 0, this is row 0 and column 1. Next time the row value will increment to 1. So this is matrix 1 and column 1, where row value is 1 and column value is 1. Here in this part 9 will be selected when the I goes to 2 and the index value is basically fixed here. This is the row value will be 2 and index value 1. Here the row value will be 3 and index value will be 1, because you see here the column value is fixed. Every time the column will be this one only, and row value is changing. First this is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and you just run this one and you can see the output is here. Easily you can see here the output is, for better clarity from here, like see, this is 2, this is 5, this is 9, and this is 13, because the column value is fixed and row is changing. And now you can easily judge, the output is, this is the third option is the output for this question. So hope you have found this question interesting also in answering. Then we move to the question number 14, and students, you see here in this question we have a t is equal to this. So first of all, you judge that this is a tuple basically, and in tuple, and suppose this is tuple, and which of the following is incorrect. And the tuples are immutable, so we cannot change the value of a tuple. Clear? So we can print the values of a tuple. Maximum we can apply, length we can apply, and we can this is the index value. T3 will be represented by this element, but we cannot alter the value of a tuple element. So this is basically the incorrect answer here. We can straightforward answer this one. The next question is again, you are finding out, looking to be a tuple like question here. Question number 15. These are the elements of tuple 1, 2, 4, 3, and this is the slicing part that has been applied on the index. So the first element index value is 0. This is its index. 2 is index value is 1. Its index value is 2. Its index value is 3. So because 3 is always excluded, the upper limit is excluded. So 1 and 2 will be the index value for this tuple. So 1 contains 2 and 2 index value contains 4. So 2 and 4 will be the answer for this very question here. So I think it's quite easy to answer this one. Now we next move to the looping sort of a question is, So a very straightforward sort of a question is given to us. So what is the output of the following code? So hope that most of you can answer this straightforward. Clear, you can easily execute this code in your mind, but I will best way that I will, for your better clarity, will run this code in the Jupyter notebook, and then we will see its output. So running through the code, I is equal to 1 while true. So students, true is a, or the true and false, these are the logical values that we have. If condition, I percentage is basically used for remainder. This is the comparison operator equal to 0, and we apply here the break statement. We have studied break and continue statements. And next is indentation, print the value of I, and then is end without any space, and last is the counter I plus equal to 1. So you just run this code and you see this is not 12, basically this is 1 and 2, because first the value of I is 1 while true, this is true. So control comes here, 1 is divided by 3 and the remainder is 0. No, the remainder is 1. So break will not work here because this is not true. So control come here, 1 is printed and I is incremented by 1, it becomes 2. Next time the this is true, so the control will come inside, 2 divided by 3, remainder is 0. No, remainder is 2. Break will not work and 2 will get printed. Next time I will get incremented, this will become 3 while true, this is true. 3 divided by 3, the remainder is 0. Yes, so the break will work and the control will come out, and the answer will be 1 and 2. So this is the first option again here. So on the 16th question, the first option is the right answer. So students, 17th question is again a list based question. We have already seen this type of a question. List minus 2. So minus 2, you know that this is 10 is the last value represented by minus 1, and 8 is the element represented by minus 2. So 8 will be the directly, and you can see and check the output in Jupyter notebook also. Now moving to the next question is 18th question. Which of these about a dictionary is false? So look at clearly all the options. Which one is false? We have to find out the false value. The keys of a dictionary can be accessed using values. The values of a dictionary can be accessed using keys. This is true. Dictionaries are not ordered. This is also true. Dictionaries are mutable. This is also true. And the keys of a dictionary can be accessed using values. तो हम कीज को यूज करके वैल्यू को एक्सेस करते हैं, ना कि कीज को हम एक्सेस करते हैं यूजिंग वैल्यू. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज द रॉन्ग वन. सो दिस इज द बेसिक पार्ट ऑफ डिक्शनरी. So the next 19th question with the probable answers. You see we have here the curly brackets means that this question is related to dictionary. So what will be the output of the following code? So this test is having basically 3 values. This is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value, and key and value. Then you know students, in the step number 2 you are finding out this is basically used for blank or empty dictionary, and then we have find out the length of test. Now initially it contains 3 elements, then it is overwritten with no elements. So when you apply the length, so definitely its answer will be 0. So if you want to verify, you can check it after executing the code. So working on the video for this Now test the values in this dictionary are 1. This is a key separated by colon. Then we have a value A. Then the next key is 2 and the corresponding value is B. Next 3 and the corresponding value is C. Then we assign a empty dictionary to this one. The curly brackets blank, basically they refer to the blank dictionary. It will override the earlier one, and when we try the print and length of the dictionary text, so you see in the output part, so its output is coming as 0, because you see first it contains 3 values, so then we have overwritten it with this blank, so the blank or empty dictionary will contains its length will be 0. So now its answer is the first, and we move to the next question of the is 20th question. So there is a string is this. So for I in string, clear, print I. So basically we are printing all the values one by one here in this string. So this is the first value, this will represent, then we will have a comma, then the second value, then we will have again a comma, then third value we will have again a comma. So this is how first contains value, comma, then space, because here it contains space also, again a comma, and then again a comma, a, like this, so on, this will be repeated. And at last also, students, you will find when x is printed, after x there will be a comma, because after printing this value here, we print this comma also. Clear? So here this will also contains the comma also. For better clarity, we can run this code also. Is coming to the solution part. String value of string is my name is X, and we have a loop for I in string, and then print just I, and after that we have and we have a comma and then a space. Just run this one. So you see in the output part this comma is coming up. Clear? So that's why you can see in the output this also, after x you have this comma. Here in this x part there is no comma, and this is option number 3 and 4, they are totally wrong. So now students, we move to the question number 21. So the question number 21 is: a relational database consists of a collection of tables, because a database is a collection of tables. Special legal empty value allowed in database is a null value. We have already emphasized quite well in our lectures also. See, the next is a dash is a type of command that retrieves data from the database on a server. So constraints तो हमारे पास conditions हैं. So this is not the answer. Data dictionary is basically the this is also called the metadata, that is the data about the data. Third is query. अब query का काम क्या होता है? Query is a question to the database. तो जो हमारे पास आंसर होता है that we get in the form of result. So a query is a type of command that retrieves the data from a database on a server. तो query जो है, हम question पूछते हैं database से and we retrieve the data with the help of query. So C is the right answer. D is also the wrong one. Now you look at the question number 24. So a dash is a field in the database table that has a unique value. So a foreign key is basically doesn't contain a unique value. It refers to the other tables. Primary key. So primary key definitely contains the unique values. So this is the quite right sort of answer. You look at the third answer, an identifier. So this is not the answer because that identifier doesn't contain the unique value, and a duplicate key. So there is no such key is there, that is the duplicate. So here the primary key contains the unique values. So the second option is the right answer. Then is a group of columns serving as primary key are known as dash. Is basically when we combine multiple attributes or columns to forming a primary key, that is known as a composite. Composite means by combining the attributes we form a key. Question number 26. The query language of a relational database is called. अब रिलेशनल डाटाबेस क्वेरी लैंग्वेज कौन सी है रिलेशनल डाटाबेस की? एसक्यूएल. डीडीएल, डीएमएल, टीसीएल ये सारे एसक्यूएल के पार्ट्स हैं. तो रिलेशनल डाटाबेस की क्वेरी लैंग्वेज कौन सी है? एसक्यूएल इज द क्वेरी लैंग्वेज. सो यू सी हियर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट. सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉय. इसका दिस इज विच टाइप ऑफ स्टेटमेंट? तो डीडीएल जो कमांड्स होती हैं वो तो स्ट्रक्चर के साथ रिलेटेड होती हैं. डीएमएल जो कमांड होती हैं दैट डील्स विद द डाटा मैनिपुलेशन, जैसे रिट्रीव करना, अपडेट करना, इंसर्ट करना. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट बिलोंग्स टू दिस सेकंड डीएमएल. और डीसीएल आप लोगों को पता है दैट इज डाटा कंट्रोल लैंग्वेज. सो दिस इज नॉट दैट वन. एंड लास्ट ऑप्शन तो इंटीग्रिटी कंस्ट्रेंट है. So similarly now you see at the next question is create table. तो create table मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था कि create table is basically this create table deals with the structure part. तो यहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं? employee table का structure बना रहे हैं जिसके अंदर दो attributes हैं, name and id, जिसमें name की data type है varchar और id की data type है integer. तो ये deal करता है किसके साथ? create table structure के साथ. तो इनमें से जो DDL है that is data definition language, it deals with the structure part of the table. So it defines the structure of the database components. So this DDL is basically it deals with the structure part of the database components like create table, alter table and drop table. What is the full form of so here should be it have been written as 30th question है full form of this DDL. DDL is not appearing here because it has gone to the next line. So what is this DDL is? This is dynamic data language, no. Detailed data language, no. Data definition language. So the third option is the right answer for this question. Moving to the question number 31. So this is a based query is which of the following query contains an error? So select star from employee where condition is this good. Next one is select employee, this is a column name, from this table where this condition is fine. So select this, and we have missed here the from class. So students, which of the following queries contains the error? The third query contains the error. You see the query number 4 is also absolutely fine. Select column name and then from class, and it's also absolutely fine. Now we move to the 32nd question. What is this question is? Look at carefully. Insert into table name, and these are the values which are to be inserted into the table. It's fine. So what type of this statement is? This is a procedure. No. This is DML. Definitely DML contains the insertion, updation and no query language, query part. and this is definitely not transaction control language and DDL, because DDL deals with the structure part and TCL deals with the know how to handle the controlling part of the transactions. So option number this DML is the right answer. So characters can be stored as, how the characters can be stored? Fixed length, fine. Variable length, yes. Fixed, either fixed और variable, yes. हम fixed भी रख सकते हैं characters को और variable भी रख सकते हैं, none of these. So this is the best answer, because no fixed भी रख सकते हैं, variable भी रख सकते हैं और दोनों ही रख सकते हैं, fixed और variable both. एक नहीं है, fixed नहीं, अकेला fixed आंसर नहीं है, अकेला variable भी आंसर नहीं है, fixed और variable is the right answer. So moving to the next question 34. What will happen if the data being loaded into the text column exceeds the maximum size of that type? तो इससे क्या होता है, क्वेश्चन क्या है बेसिकली कि जब भी हम कोई डाटा लोड कर रहे हैं तो वो कॉलम की जो विड्थ है, साइज है, अगर उससे बड़ा हो जाता है तो क्या होता है, उस डाटा को एक्स्ट्रा मेमोरी विल बी एलोकेटेड, प्रोसेस टर्मिनेट हो जाता है, डाटा विल बी ट्रंकेटेड और डिपेंड अपॉन द सिस्टम. तो इसमें क्या होगा जो जैसे लेट से विड्थ हमारी 20 है तो हम कोई डाटा एंटर कर रहे हैं जिसकी लेंथ है 25 है, तो जो नेक्स्ट 5 कैरेक्टर्स होंगे वो क्या हो जाएंगे, वो ट्रंकेट हो जाएंगे. So what is the default format for date data type? So we have recently gone through this year, month and day is the right format, or this is the default basically. Right तो बाकी भी हो सकते हैं, but default जो format है date के लिए वो यही है. Similarly the next question I think is also related. Date and date time के लिए क्या है default format? ये तो day के लिए हो गया, और ये वाला part क्या है, ये hours, minutes and seconds है. ठीक है जी, तो ये भी डिफॉल्ट, इसका भी आंसर फर्स्ट ही है. इसमें बेसिकली डेट और टाइम इकट्ठे हैं, डेट टाइम. See at the next question, what is true about the following SQL statement? Select star from, इसमें टेबल नेम है टेबल अंडरस्कोर 1, ये नेम है टेबल का, तो ये इनवैलिड है. नो, दिस इज नॉट इनवैलिड, दिस इज वैलिड. डिस्प्ले द कंटेंट्स ऑफ टेबल 1, सो दैट इज द आंसर. कि इससे हम क्या करते क्या है, हम सिलेक्ट स्टार फ्रॉम टेबल नेम में जो भी टेबल के कंटेंट्स हैं, बिकॉज स्टार रिप्रेजेंट्स ऑल दी कॉलम्स, तो वो सारे के सारे कॉलम और सारी की सारी रोज उस टेबल के डिस्प्ले हो जाएंगे. सो दिस इज द राइट आंसर. Next is, which statement is used to select the default database? So use is the command. Create है to create a table, drop है to drop a table, और schema we have not used this statement. Use is the statement that is used for selecting the default database. Next is, regardless of whether a database or table name is case sensitive on the system, it must be referred to using the same letter case throughout a given query. तो given query के अंदर जो भी query हम यूज कर रहे हैं उसके अंदर जो भी हमने यूज कर लिया है लेटर केस, चाहे अपर कर लिया चाहे लोअर कर लिया है, एक क्वेरी के अंदर हम टेबल्स को डिफरेंट नेम से रेफर नहीं कर सकते. तो इट मस्ट बी रेफर्ड टू दी यूजिंग द सेम लेटर केस. तो ये बिल्कुल सही है ये आंसर. द आंसर इज ट्रू, बिकॉज एक क्वेरी के अंदर अगर आपने स्मॉल केस में लिखा है तो उस क्वेरी में अगर आप दूसरी बार टेबल नेम या डाटाबेस नेम का यूज कर रहे हो तो वो दोनों क्या होना चाहिए, उसी केस में होना चाहिए जैसे आपने एक बार उस क्वेरी के अंदर यूज कर लिया. सो मूविंग टू द लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द टेस्ट जो आपने अटेम्प्ट किया है, दैट इज द डिफॉल्ट केस सेंसिटिविटी ऑफ द डाटाबेस एंड टेबल नेम्स डिपेंड अपॉन दी. ये किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करती है केस सर्वर एसक्यूएल मोड के ऊपर, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम ऑफ द मशीन, या डज नॉट डिपेंड अपॉन एनीथिंग. सो द राइट आंसर फॉर दिस वन इज द थर्ड ऑप्शन, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम ऑफ द मशीन के ऊपर ये सारा जो है केस सेंसिटिविटी ऑफ द डाटाबेस एज वेल एज टेबल नेम की डिपेंड करती है. दी इफेक्टिंग जो जिस फैक्टर से वो इफेक्ट होता है केस सेंसिटिविटी, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम ऑफ दैट वेरी मशीन. So we have now gone through all the MCQ questions. Now we move to the second part, that is the subjective questions.